Hey guys, this is your trusted weather forecast, and today we'll be talking about an upcoming severe weather threat that will be happening early next week. Yes, early next week. I will comment, I will definitely make an update, but I just want to raise awareness ahead of time before this event because there could be major tornado outbreaks, especially in the plains and Midwest. Let's get right into it. Disclaimer, things can change. And also, 80% of you are not subscribed, so if you could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated to me. If you watch my videos, then you probably like them, so hit the subscribe button, it takes 1 second. Let's get right into the storms. And I'll show you the models. The orange region spreading from Texas through north central Wisconsin, through parts of Michigan and the Ohio Valley. Severe thunderstorms are possible during this time period. Possible meaning 33% chance or less. In my eyes, I don't know, maybe like 50% or less. But it's possible. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but it's possible, and you could definitely see some scattered or isolated severe storms in those areas. The red region spreading from Texas through much of the plains and parts of the Great Lakes, including Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, all the way down to Texas. Severe thunderstorms are likely during this time period. Likely meaning give or take 50 to 75% chance. And then we have a dark red region spreading from Oklahoma through southern Wisconsin, where we have it's very likely for severe thunderstorms, which is like 75 to 100% chance. Now, I wouldn't give it a 100% chance because obviously we're still a week away. Things could change, the storm could disappear, but looking at the models, they have been pretty consistent with these severe storms since a couple of days ago. So that's the reason why I'm making this video so early, because there's high confidence that some sort of severe weather system is going to happen during these days, and I will be watching that closely. Now, moving on to the weather models, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, we're here with the weather model and surface-based CAPE GFS. The latest one came out. Wait, how far does that go? Oh, perfect. Okay. This is surface-based CAPE, and you can see the key down here. Obviously, the higher the number, the more likely you have to get severe weather. But sometimes there can be too high a CAPE for severe weathers, so I'll explain that as we go across. You can see some bursts of severe weather, isolated severe weather, but then we don't talk about anything until April 6th, where things start to kick up, late April 6th, where things kick up a bit. You can see some CAPE ranging from about just over 1,000 JKG. I'll just say JKG for short. And for example, if I click for soundings in central Missouri for this time, it shows severe. I will comment at this current time, hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes, all three hazards are the main threat, but hail is the biggest hazard. Moving ahead, it appears to strengthen as it gets into April 7th, with CAPE values going as high as 1,500. And this is where the tornado threat kicks in a little bit. You can see if a tornado were to touch down, it would range from EF0 to EF2 in the area I just clicked in Illinois. Moving even more ahead, it does show signs of weakening as we get into the overnight hours, but as it moves into Wisconsin, values are just barely scraping the surface of 1,000. Right now it's showing none, but there is a chance for tornadoes. I would say it's marginal. But then, when the morning comes along, morning, afternoon, it kicks up again. And highs, this is during the heat wave too, which makes me even more concerned because the heat is really going to fuel those storms up to their maximum potential, especially in the plains and Midwest regions. You can see widespread CAPEs of up to 1,500, maybe even 2,000. Let's click Wisconsin. Okay, I clicked a bad spot apparently. But you can see those numbers going all over the place. 2.5 inch hail, from a previous run, previous storms. Possible hazard type severe, tornadoes are possible. You can see significant hail parameter is 2.3. Usually any value above 1.5 is significant hail, enough for significant hail on the Storm Prediction Center site. And you can see that it strengthens even more as it gets into that heat in the Midwest. And you also see some severe storms picking up towards the Gulf here. I'll get to that in a second. You see Cape values reaching 1,800, where this is when the tornado threat gets pushed up to its max limit, and this is where things could get deadly and or catastrophic. This is an extremely dangerous situation, especially if what these current models are showing right now are correct. Then we need to watch out. The heating is really going to pick this storm right up and just mess everything up. Now, Cape values in Texas are hitting nearly 3,000, which I think is a little on the high end for right now. But it does show marginal tornado threat, so you guys definitely will see. Then down towards Arkansas, again, still some tornado threats. We push ahead back into the overnight hours where things weaken more, but you could still see some isolated severe storms in Michigan that can produce tornadoes, overnight tornadoes, which is a bigger concern, into Indiana, and some storms lingering in the Gulf and Plains. Then you get pushed more. Storms continue to weaken as they get into the Ohio Valley. In far northern Ohio, far northwestern Ohio, marginal severe tornadoes are highly unlikely for the Ohio Valley, but hail would be the main threat if these models are what they show right now. Then it picks up again for the Gulf and for the Northeast here. As storms do push more northeast, so I'll have to watch that. Then there's Cape values getting almost as high as 3,500, which I think is, again, a little high for right now, but it does show some severe setup happening. You can see as we get pushed ahead in the days, you do have a couple more severe weather outbreaks into April, especially in the plains and the Gulf, so you'll have to watch out for that. That's your trusted weather forecast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. I'm filming this on my new iPad, so I don't know how things are going to look, so see you in the next video. Goodbye.